Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all. Always forgive your enemies. Nothing annoys them so much. I am so clever that sometimes I don't understand a single word of what I am saying. Give a man a mask and he'll tell you the truth. I never travel without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read in the train. Everything popular is wrong. Experience is simply the name we give our mistakes. Between men and women there is no friendship possible. There is passion, enmity, worship, love, but no friendship. I can resist everything except temptation. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. We live in an age when unnecessary things are our only necessities. There are only two kinds of people who are really fascinating: people who know absolutely everything, and people who know absolutely nothing. Society often forgives the criminal. It never forgives the dreamer. The public have an insatiable curiosity to know everything, except what is worth knowing. There is no sin except stupidity. The good ended happily, and the bad unhappily. That is what fiction means. A man can be happy with any woman as long as he does not love her. One should always be in love. That's the reason one should never marry. The aim of life is self-development. To realize one's nature perfectly, that is what each of us is here for. No man is rich enough to buy back his past. A man who does not think for himself does not think at all. Deceiving others. That is what the world calls a romance. Man is many things, but he is not rational. Life is not complex. We are complex. Life is simple, and the simple thing is the right thing. A pessimist is somebody who complains about the noise when opportunity knocks. When I like people immensely, I never tell their names to anyone. It is like surrendering a part of them. I have grown to love secrecy. Popularity is the one insult I have never suffered. To be natural is such a very difficult pose to keep up. Memory is the diary we all carry about with us. To be popular, one must be a mediocrity. A passion for pleasure is the secret of remaining young. There are only two tragedies in life. One is not getting what one wants, and the other is getting it. Women are made to be loved, not understood. Where there is sorrow, there is holy ground. Sarcasm is the lowest form of wit, but the highest form of intelligence. I think it's very healthy to spend time alone. You need to know how to be alone and not be defined by another person. They spoil every romance by trying to make it last forever. Everybody who is incapable of learning has taken to teaching. Any place you love is the world to you. To become a spectator of one's own life is to escape the suffering of life. The great events of the world take place in the brain. The only difference between saints and sinners is that every saint has a past, while every sinner has a future. You are what you read. It is so easy to convince others. It is so difficult to convince oneself. I don't want to earn my living. I want to live. Marriage is the triumph of imagination over intelligence. Second marriage is the triumph of hope over experience. The best way to make children good is to make them happy. A true friend stabs you in the front, not the back. The true perfection of man lies not in what man has, but in what man is. We always misunderstood ourselves, and rarely understood others. The critic has to educate the public. The artist has to educate the critic. Pleasure is the only thing one should live for. Nothing ages like happiness. The happiness of a married man depends on the people he has not married. Men know life too early. Women know life too late. That is the difference between men and women. You are beautiful when you are happy. Believe me, no civilized man ever regrets a pleasure, and no uncivilized man ever knows what a pleasure is. When I was young, I thought money was the most important thing in life. Now that I'm old, I know it is. The terror of society, which is the basis of morals, the terror of God, which is the secret of religion, these are the two things that govern us. It's absurd to divide people into good and bad. People are either charming or tedious. You have never been poor and never known what ambition is. It is in the brain, and the brain only, that the great sins of the world take place. Youth is the only thing worth having. God and other artists are always a little obscure. The note of the perfect personality is not rebellion, but peace. Sometimes, the unnecessary is necessary. Romance should never begin with sentiment. It should begin with science and end with a settlement. Never love anybody who treats you like you're ordinary. Women are never disarmed by compliments. Men always are. That is the difference between the sexes. I must remember that a good friend is a new world. In examinations, the foolish ask questions that the wise cannot answer. Men marry because they are tired, women because they are curious. Both are disappointed. Women represent the triumph of matter over mind, just as men represent the triumph of mind over morals. Details are always vulgar. Nowadays, people know the price of everything and the value of nothing. But genius in the daytime and a beauty at night.